All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight. Just a little bit of housekeeping. There'll be time for questions during and after the presentation, but we'll use the Q&A box to facilitate that. And we are recording this session, so you'll be able to share it with other coaches once we send out the link in further correspondence. But if we get started, I'm joined tonight by Josh and Michael from JUNGO. And if we could start the presentation, Josh, I'll get us walking through this. So as part of this first influencer group, your feedback and your experience that you go through will be vital to us to be able to make adjustments and to be able to ensure that the tool that we've designed is as valuable and as effective as we hope it is, ultimately to improve the overall volunteer experience in your region, which is obviously in everyone's best interest. And this is a really unique opportunity to leverage technology. We've come to accept it's not going away. We need to embrace it, and we need to take advantage of it and use it to our benefit. So this design model will take advantage of that and leverage it. And we've noticed that everything we do with AYSO is always a success when we focus on three main areas. And that is player fun and enjoyment of the experience and the environment, parent satisfaction, and volunteer support. And this new partnership, as you'll find as we click through it, puts these three priorities at the forefront. Next slide, please, Josh. And in terms of the JUNGO organization, AYSO, as you know, have only worked with organizations who are like-minded and match our philosophy to player development and ultimately the youth soccer environment that we create and operate in. And we found that the folks at JUNGO match this approach perfectly as they spend their whole time designing for the player and the family first. And this new forward-thinking platform using a web-based portal to ensure we continue to provide our world-class youth soccer programs that enrich children's lives is really a necessity at this time, that we can't fulfill our obligations and our vision and our mission by X's and O's alone. We need to continue to evolve and adapt. And this is an example of that, because in the palm of your hand now, through your mobile device, we can ultimately improve the playing and training environments and the overall experience for our participants and volunteers. Hopefully we can support education through quality and timely feedback and giving you the opportunity as a coach to engage and reflect on your performance in your session. And we can hopefully make the entire family experience much easier through seamless instant communications. So overall, on behalf of everyone at AYSO, welcome to JUNGO, and I'll pass you on to Michael from JUNGO to take us through some of the details.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael Malek, co-founder of JUNGO Sports. Wanted just to thank everybody for being here and really excited about our partnership with AYSO. Just a little bit background about JUNGO. We created this platform initially all to support players in their development. And what we realized over time is that in order to really do that in a meaningful way, it was really important to connect the ecosystem, or more importantly, the community. We're strong believers in community. It takes community to raise a child, and we know how important youth sports are for kids. And so the idea was to do that digitally, connecting for meaningful engagement digitally to support that child's experience. So again, a little more information here. And we've been able to do that through developing various profiles, within the child's ecosystem. And so the JUNGO ecosystem consists of players, U14 and below, which is a youth profile. And then you've got high school age players, U14 and above. That's basically the transitional year to high school. That's labeled as competitive. We have coaches within that profile, so coaches that are interacting with those kids, team managers. There's also college coaches and discovery coaches for talent identification purposes within the platform. Then you have, and what's really important are the parents. Parents are new to our platform as well. What we've recognized is that it's really important to include the parents in this process for full transparency and to enhance that experience. And then we have the organizational profile, that promotes associations, leagues, organizations, clubs, AYSO regions, where information can be disseminated to everybody that's connected to that particular ecosystem. And lastly, the team profile. Team profile is kind of the hub where everybody connects to support not only the team, but also each individual child. So again, the JUNGO ecosystem. Welcome to JUNGO Sports.
So hi, I'm Josh from JUNGO. In the next few slides, I'll take you through the key profiles to an AYSO coach. The coach, player, parent, and team will kind of go through those so you can get a feel for just what they look like. And then we'll land on a slide where we'll do a little bit of a video tutorial where we'll run through a couple key activities. So the first one we'll go through is the coach's profile. You can see it over here on the right. Profiles share some similar characteristics, the action banner, the actual avatar, the picture of the person to make them more recognizable to other people in the ecosystem. You can see next to the picture of the person, there's badges that they're affiliated with. So we'll show you kind of how the affiliation with AYSO works. Below that, you can see the connection to the team. So this is this coach's teams. Somebody viewing this profile could also see, what's their contact details, coaching experience, playing experience, licenses. So like a parent, a fellow coach, a player who was connected with this coach could see this. And then at the bottom, you can see where they can add other teams. And this is the coach's representation on that JUNGO ecosystem, or the coach's profile on the ecosystem that Michael ran you through. The player profile. So similarly on top, you kind of have the ability to have some personalization with an action picture, that avatar, so folks know who they're connecting with, who it is. You can see the badges there. You can see the teams that this player is connected with, different than the coach's profile. You can actually see the different coaches that are connected with this kid. Kids generally, or they always connect with their coaches. So the kid asks the coach to be their coach. That's how it works in the ecosystem. You can see right below that the badges awarded, which we'll go into a little bit more detail in the video tutorials. They can add highlights and then their contact player details. Some of the things that are unique that came from the partnership with the AYSO team are the awarded badges. So those categories and those skills were actually designed by the AYSO team. And then we'll also talk a little bit about another engagement that's AYSO specific. So the parent profile is one of the more basic ones, but what it does is a parent with multiple kids can easily connect. You can see the swipeable player cards on the bottom. They can easily connect with multiple kids. And so that way they can access their kid's profile very easily, see what they're up to as far as development. And then I'll talk a little bit more about what's kind of critical to all these profiles connecting. So the team profile, as Michael said, is like the hub. And so if you're a coach, you can create a team. Only coaches can create teams. As you can see on the top of the first screenshot, you have that same avatar. You can put in a team picture, you can put in an affiliation badge. Team calendar is right up front. So one of the critical things you can do is you can put practices, games, multi-day events in the calendar. And then a player who's connected with the team will see all that on their calendar. And then if that player has a couple parents, however many parents they want to have connected with them, they'll also see that as well. So it makes the communication fairly seamless. Teams can have multiple coaches. So you can have a couple coaches helping out with stuff. The button below that is rosters. So you click the roster button, and then the third screenshot opens up and you can see all your kids, and you can click right into a kid. You can see their names, their positions, jersey number, but from the roster, you can click right in and see that profile we showed you before. And then at the bottom, once you have games, a game or games in the calendar, and as soon as a game has happened, I think it happens within 3 hours of the game, the post-match surveys are released, and then both parents and players, and you can see it on the right, they can participate and they can provide feedback to the coach to let them know how they felt about the game. And the feedback's pretty simple. We'll see it in the videos. But the idea is, and this is the second engagement we worked on specifically with the AYSO team, the idea is to get a simple conversation opener about how is the parent feeling about the game, how is the kid feeling about the game, are people having a good time? And then we can show you, based on what you see on that post-match report, you can award badges and go into some communication pieces. So that team profile connects all the profiles before. As far as the tutorials, I'm going to click through these in order. The reason why we're showing the tutorials is they're going to show screens and how to create a coach profile, how to manage the team and feed and the calendar. And then they're going to show about the post-match report and the badges. And it's just much cleaner and efficient to have the video work through it. So I'll click on this intro video that's from one of our advisors, and she kind of introduces JUNGO. There's a little bit of repeat, but I'll let that play.
Hey there, everyone. My name's Amy Griffin. I'm the Executive Director of the OL Reign Academy here in Seattle and former goalkeeper for the U.S. Women's National Team, as well as the head coach for the U.S. Deaf Women's National Team. And I want to tell you coaches a little bit about JUNGO, the new app we're using to empower each player on their journey to be a more successful athlete. As coaches, you're already managing a lot of moving parts between development, rosters, communication, schedules, player families, and not the least of which, everybody's expectations. JUNGO allows us to manage all of those things in a single place. Just set up a coach's profile. Once that's built, set up a team profile and invite your players to join. They'll have just one place to go for game schedules and summaries to review and take action on your feedback and help manage the expectations for both the players and their parents. If you have a kid with a special talent, you can recommend them to an advanced competitive platform or help introduce them to a coach that might be interested in that player. It's all about helping the players advance their abilities to meet their ambitions. What's great about JUNGO is as you engage with your teams and families, it automatically builds a resume your players can share at any time. It's that simple. Welcome to JUNGO.
So hopefully that's helpful to see some of the screenshots. We'll dive into, she showed some things, but obviously it wasn't enough to actually understand at the outset how to do them. The JUNGO app itself is, like many apps, it's very easy to work with. It's very intuitive. That said, we'll go ahead and show you how to create a coach profile.
Hello, coaches, and welcome to JUNGO. We're here to empower each player and assist you as you help get their abilities to meet their ambition. Let's get started. Start by downloading the JUNGO Sports app from either the Apple or Google Play Store. Set up your coach login info. The email you enter will become the contact email for your profile. From the identifier screen, select Coach. Enter the name your players and their parents will know you by. Now scroll through and find your league or organization. Once you see it, just tap on it. If you don't recognize any of these, you can skip this step and enter it later. If you're an AYSO coach, next you'll enter your region number. Don't know it? Just contact your region commissioner or a fellow coach. Otherwise, you can add your main club or team. You can search for it on the JUNGO Ecosystem or skip this step and add it later. Then, round out your coach's profile. This is how players and parents will learn a little more about you and be able to connect when necessary. As you round out the profile, be sure to add all relevant information both parents and players will want to know. Your background, experience, licenses. There's a place for everything. Ready to create your team page in JUNGO? Start by adding your team's name, gender, and age group. Providing your season dates will help JUNGO keep your teams organized for the next season. For AYSO coaches, you'll need to initiate a background check and have it completed with AYSO to create a team. The league administrator can help get that started if necessary. Lastly, just select your team's league, organization, or association. This could be the same group you affiliated your coach profile with when you signed up. From here, it's easy to add any other relevant information and invite players and other coaches to the team. Once your players receive the invite, they will request to join your team. JUNGO will notify you when this happens so you can approve each request on the team page. Once you accept, your player and their parents will be automatically added to the team. Welcome to JUNGO. We're excited to be a tool for you to make every player better.
So those are the first couple critical steps, creating your profile as a coach. And then you saw her kind of go through and create the team and add players to the team. And once you've done that, the last step to kind of trigger all the good engagement is managing the feed and the calendar. So I'll play that real quick.
Hey coaches, we're here to show you how to manage your team feed and calendar once you've set up the team and invited your players. Let's get to it. The team feed is a one-way communication tool from coaches to team. Only the team coaches can post to the feed, and it's only visible to the players and parents on the team. Outside visitors to your team page can't view the team feed contents. To create a feed post, tap the blue plus button and then select Announcement. Then just type out your post. You can choose to add photos to the post, and when you're done, tap Post to push it to the team feed. Once you post, everyone on the team will receive a notification so they can stay up to date on your messages in real time. If you need to make a change, just tap the Options button in the corner of the post. From here, you can delete or edit. After you edit, make sure to hit Update to save your changes. Now, let's look at the team calendar. It's how your players and their parents will stay up to date on the season schedule. Only team coaches have calendar editing permissions. It's also visible to coaches outside the team who may want to follow along to catch a game. Once you have your season schedule, add all your practices, games, and tournaments to the calendar by tapping the blue plus button and then selecting Event. Let's add a game. Name your game first, and it's helpful to include who you're playing, and then select Game as the event type. Set the date and time for the start and end of the event. Finally, add the game location along with any other important notes like field number, parking availability, or warm-up times. Hit Save to finish up and publish to the calendar. Keep track of your player attendance with the event roster. Players are marked as attending by default and can change their status by selecting the event from the single-day view of the calendar. Need to make a change? Just select the event you need to edit and tap the Options button. From here, you can delete it or edit the event details. After you edit, make sure to hit Save to update the event on the calendar. That's it. Thanks for using JUNGO. We're excited to be your tool for engaging and organizing your team.
So those first two videos, we've created the coaching profile, we've created the team, and then now you're starting to interact with the team, doing the basics of calendaring and the notifications they get with that. If there's a change, they get them. All that is free. We'll move on to the next one. Everything here is free as well. But once you do those first couple things, you're able to actually engage in some of these high-level engagements that the JUNGO team and the AYSO team could be very beneficial. So I'll play this next one.
Hey coaches! We want to introduce you to 2 JUNGO features made especially for our youth soccer teams. Let's dive in. Getting feedback from your parents and players is an important part of a smooth season. JUNGO automatically prompts parents and players of youth teams with the post-match report after each game. Coaches on older teams can enable the post-match reports too if they'd like. The post-match report is a 2-question survey with easy multiple-choice answers that players and parents can complete. It's designed to give you a snapshot of how your team is feeling at regular intervals throughout the season, so you can help manage expectations and improve the experience. Only coaches can see the post-match report results. They're located on the team page. JUNGO will also notify you when the results are ready, so you can quickly view and assess. Achievement badges help keep your young players excited and engaged with their progress from game to game, and they help you easily encourage each player with feedback they can proudly display on their JUNGO profile. There are currently 3 categories of badges. Great teammate badges focus on soft skills and character, soccer skills cover the essential pieces of the game, and specialty badges indicate position-specific abilities. Players can receive any particular badge an unlimited number of times throughout the season. Both the quantity and the diversity of their badges will motivate their soccer development. There are 2 ways to award a badge to your players. If you want to recognize their efforts in a specific game, start from the post-match report. Tap the badge button next to the player's name, and then select the badge or badges you'd like to award them and confirm your selections by tapping the Award button. If your badge is not related to a specific game, head to the player's profile and tap Award Badges from there. Then select your badge or badges and tap Award. Now your players can watch their badge collection grow as they build their soccer skills. In just a couple steps, you've given some awesome encouragement and successfully engaged your players in their soccer journey. That's it. Thanks for using JUNGO.
So hopefully that was helpful to see how to create that unit or that little mini org that's really important to the AYSO organization as a whole. When we talked with the leadership team, they said teams are the most critical thing. If we can have a coach create a team, connect with the kids, do some of these fundamental things with communication and calendaring, and then do some of these higher level things with engagement on the post-match report and the achievement badges, that would be critical to kind of proving out the value add that JUNGO could have for AYSO. So hopefully that's helpful. Unless there's questions, I'm going to flip to the next slide that talks about next steps.
Thanks, Josh. So the app is now available on either the iTunes or Google Play. It was available as of September the 19th. We are now hosting these seminars, which will be recorded for region leadership and sharing. And by the end of September 19th, which is passed already, we'll have emailed all of the regional board and coaches. Coaches to send emails directly to the parents by the end of the day, ideally to 26 is the date that we've got for that. And then by the September the 30th, we'd like the coaches to set up their own profiles and teams on the app and then send invites to families to download and join. We've got the JUNGO landing page already established, which includes links to download the app, info on JUNGO, the videos, etc. It's an exciting interactive piece, and that's already available. So as you can see there, it's going to be everything's available and contained within. And in conclusion to the event, what we would like to do is basically use this experience now to really tweak and modify to the needs of the organization. We have certain understanding, but the reality will be done on the field. The landing page that we've got there will answer questions, they'll FAQs, and we'll gather momentum and build upon that. And if you're unsure about how to get to the landing page, you can get it one of two ways. All of our email communications, we've put the direct link in there, and you'll see the JUNGO logo on the right-hand side. And please, once you do get to bookmark it, because we're going to continue to update and keep it active for you so that it's current. And this is why your feedback is so important. It'll ensure that we keep everything up to date on that. So in conclusion, what I'd like to offer is if there's any questions, we could put them into the chat now. I don't see any coming in. But if there's anything else Michael or Josh would like to add in closing, the only thing I would like to share is that, as you can tell, as we try and take advantage and leverage this opportunity, this is unique. It's not been done before. We're trying to really elevate the whole experience for all of the regions and all of our volunteers, all of our coaches, all of our players in a way that hasn't been addressed, and making it so convenient and easy is the goal. But again, I want to emphasize the feedback that we gain through this introductory phase will be vital to how it looks as we launch it to the mainstream. So thank you very much on behalf of everyone at AYSO. Michael, Josh, is there anything you'd like to close with?
No, we're just happy to be here to help. We think it's a really unique experience. We encourage people just to dive in, and then, like Scott said, we take any and all feedback, because that's how we get better. So we're really excited for the AYSO coaches, players, and families to be able to connect within JUNGO.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, attendees, for taking care. And we'll be in touch with more information as we go along. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, there's one question coming in at the last minute. I love it. Hold on. Don't leave just yet, gentlemen.
Sure, no worries.
Hold on. Blake is asking the question. I have a team manager I would like to enable to help add items to calendar, etc. Do they need to have a coach profile, or how would I do that? Only coaches have the ability to send notifications and edit the calendar. Good question.
So Blake should just sign up for a coach's profile, and then the head coach of that team can add Blake to the team, and then the two of them can work on the calendar and other engagements together.
Together. Okay, excellent. Hope that answers your question. It's a good question, though. All right. I don't see any other questions and I don't see anything in the chat. So we will wrap it up. Thank you very much for your involvement, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.